We are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 57, and we are joined by the Hoss of all Hosses, Devantes. How are you doing, sir?
Hey man, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate this.
No problem, man. This has definitely been a long time coming. I'm glad to finally have you on here as we are continuing hashtag Project Week 2. This has been, again, we're talking all things getting ready for Exodus this Saturday. You definitely have a big match coming up this Saturday. But before we get into that, I have a few things I want to ask you, like especially including this first question that, again, you heard the name of the podcast. It is called Respect the Craft. So when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean for you?
When I hear respect the craft, I mean, first thing that pops in my head is don't cheat the ring. That's the first thing that pops in my head. Don't cheat the process.
There you go. For you, that again, that's been again throughout the years. You've definitely gone through your path, your road. How's that been for you? That evolution to get now to what we know as the Hoss of all Hosses.
Man, it's definitely, man. I definitely see the progression, man. I first started. You just nervous. You just want to get booked. You see your peers. You see some of the trainers that trained you, and you see how they're booked every weekend, and you go from maybe one book in a month to being booked up for the next 4 to 5 months, and you know, um, during that time, you're like molding and trying to craft the whole gimmick, the whole image. You're trying new things out, see what works, see what doesn't work, and the House of Horses thing, like it was really just a play on Triple H's King of Kings, and I'm like,
Gotcha.
man, let me see how I can switch this around a little bit, put my own flavor with it. And when I put it out there, it just stuck. And promoters just like all the promo pictures put that under my name. So it stuck, and people seem to like it. So it's cool.
That's great to hear. But also, it's why I wanted to bring it up as well because that evolution also came your origin days. It was more a company that was very gimmicky. So seeing the House of all Hosses come out of there is interesting because again, it wasn't the typical just under a mask or just that more like just cartoony style gimmick.
Hmm. Yeah,
So how was that for you being able to do that gimmick and coming out of that area as well?
yeah. Anybody knows, like we can say I came out of Chikara, and I respect all of the guys there. I knew, not to sound arrogant, I knew I looked different, and I kind of wanted to like manifest a certain look
Okay.
that I wanted them to see without me telling them. And because Chikara was more like you said, mask. It was more gimmicky. A lot of great wrestlers came out of there, so I don't want to shortchange them at all. But I wanted my look to look a certain way because I knew I looked differently, and I kind of wanted to manifest it, like I said, subliminally without telling them the avenue that I was trying to go. So I like grew the mohawk. I grew my beard out. I always had the tattoos, so I wanted to look a certain way. So I kind of, like I said, I was trying to manifest that without me telling them that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, and it definitely worked out because again, you definitely have a look that stands out. It definitely
Hmm.
gives you again that aura, and the fans see it as well. Like it gives you that also that believability in the ring.
Yeah.
So, which also I gotta say, like especially for someone that has tattoos as well, your tattoos are great.
Thank you, man.
Like,
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
no, but
Appreciate it.
definitely. So let's get into that now. Again, coming out of there, how was it for you reaching out and branching out of just the home base?
I was fortunate enough. I was like one of the last, maybe last two classes that got the look, got the IWTV time. When Chikara was still up and running, and Chikara had a big fan base. You had other promotions that watched Chikara, and I know my biggest Paradigm Pro Wrestling out of Indiana hit me up because they seen something I did on Chikara, and obviously I think my look had something helped me out a lot. But that was one of the first promotions that reached out to me, and we were trained. One thing I'll always give Jakar, we were trained so well. So wherever we went, we knew how to adjust to different styles because there was so many different styles in Jakar. People can't imagine me doing luchador stuff, but they they made us do everything there. So I knew how to bass, I knew how to do all of the stuff. But yeah, a lot of stuff came from Jakar. A lot of the
Got you. No,
bookings I got.
and definitely I could see it in the ring. Like you definitely are. You have a hybrid style, and that definitely reflects on again Shakara as well. Because again, you see a lot of the guys like Avery Good. You see just a lot of. It's a mixed style, and that's always the best because that again you can go with whatever opponent's thrown at you, you'll make it work.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
that's always been the great thing. But also my first time getting to see you in person as well was through Catalyst Wrestling. So let's talk a little bit about that. Because as you were brought in with Zach Amico, with El Oso Blanco, Lou Bruno, a part of this group right here as the Hudson County Horror Show.
Hmm.
And this is funny enough to say, again, you kind of fit right in because
Yeah.
of just again, you guys are a dominant group right there in Catalyst
Uh-huh.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
So, how has that been for you coming into Catalyst Wrestling? And again, how was it to get acquainted with Zach Amico, Lou Bruno, and the other members of the Hudson County Horror Show?
It's been great, man. I mean, I love it. Ash, all of the promoters there, man. They I like to say that I got better. The reps that I got there, as far as like the matches that I have, having all the singles matches with Mikowski, I think it definitely groomed me and helped me to get better. And being around Zach, I mean, at times I find myself just like in awe of Zach when he cuts those promos. Like people don't realize Zach cuts them in one take. It's one take and it's over. Me cutting a promo, I might need 3 to 4 times, man. And it's just I'm in awe. I'm in awe, like just watching that dude, man.
No, definitely. And again, I've seen it in person, like seeing how Zach just does it. Like, even if he's given a little direction of just like, here you go.
Yep,
And he kills it every single time.
yep,
But again,
yep.
he's also you guys are the muscles. So you guys, no matter what, whatever Zach tells you guys to do, it's
Hmm.
done in that ring. But here we go. We
Absolutely.
got a comment that I can imagine you're gonna love hearing, and it's from Theo Mack himself, Monster Mac, saying, "I'm a huge fan of the big man here. Hopefully, I can see more of him all over, especially at Titan soon." There you go. Stamp of
Yeah.
approval from Monster Mac right there.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, that's Monster Mac.
Yep, that's Monster Mac right
Man,
there.
tell him me on. Hey, get me on there, man. I want to be on there, man. I was supposed to do Titan one time, man, and this was last year, and it was an outside venue, and it poured down rain, and like on my way, they canceled the show because of the rain. But I would love to get back on Titan. I know a couple of the guys there, man. You know,
That would be definitely great to see. I definitely want to see because again, Mac is also a part of Catalyst. I'd love to finally see you guys maybe square off eventually. See
oh,
how it goes with the Hoss of all Hosses
uh,
and Monster Mac himself.
oh man, we gonna beat the shit out of each other.
Hey, I can imagine as well. You guys want those tag titles, the Hudson County Horror Show. You guys have been a dominant team. You guys have been this close as well of holding those titles.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. We
let's
got to
keep
get
going
it
there
done.
as well. Because again, we're cool right now, but I was kind of mad at you at the last show. We're gonna show a clip here, a little bit why. So we'll be right back. Like not only are you beating up one of my best friends, but then you spear Valentina.
Yeah.
Like what happened there?
Listen, man. He had no business stepping in our business, man. So she was just collateral damage, man. I really wanted to get to him, so it is what it
was
is, man.
was that's
He could
also
fight.
that's been the thing. Like you guys, that's the kind of horror show kind of just again been trying to get an Anthony Gang going, which I try to stay neutral as well as a company guy at Catalyst, but that's one of my best friends right there. Like you guys are
Mm,
just continuously attacking the poor guy.
you got to pick better friends, man.
And again, hopefully we're still cool after this because I'll be seeing you Saturday, so we can
Gotcha.
stay neutral here. But here we go. Monster Max says, "Trust me, your name has been brought up a couple times." There you go. So
Man, hell yeah, that's what I want to hear, man.
here's hoping. Here's hoping again.
Hmm.
But from there as well, another thing I wanted to bring up in 2020, you got to be a part of a huge tournament, especially for the tri-state area. You got to be a part of the Super 8.
Hmm.
How was that for you getting to be a part of, especially with the roster of that tournament? You see right there, you got Vinny Pacifico, you got Avery Good, Eric Martin, Arcadia, KTB, and Matt Tremont. How was that for you being a part of that tournament, especially with the
I,
history that it has?
I was honored, man, because I mean I've heard of Super 8. You know, like you said, the amount of people that was in it. I mean AJ Styles, Tommaso Ciampa, Brian Danielson, like, and for that I was 1 year in. You know, and I will always give this person his credit. A very good professional wrestler that who you see in there. He was the one that pulled some strings. You know, somebody. I think it was Ricky Reyes, I believe his name was. He couldn't make it, and they called. He put the word in for me to get there, man. And I that's one of my more prouder moments, man, because KTB wrestling KTB obviously is an independent legend to me, man. And I was, you know, I was pleased with my performance for being so green. I was the greenest person there, man, and you know, so I always hold that. When I still got like all of the I got the chain, I got the shirt. I hold on to all of that, man.
Oh, definitely. And again, that's awesome to be a part of something like that. Because again, the history that's come out of it when you see even not only just the winners of past Super Eights, but just who's been a part of it. It's a who's who, especially when you look at the crop of talent nowadays, especially on television as well. So that's definitely a big milestone for you to get to be a part of that. And also, how is that for you getting to be a part of that with someone like a very good professional wrestler that you guys have had so much history, especially out of Chikara, coming into something like that?
What's the question?
How was that for you to be in there with again having so much history as well with Avery Good or a very good professional wrestler? How was that to be a part of that tournament alongside him as well?
Oh man, I was proud, man. I mean, you know, he's a Chikara guy, and I remember just being ring crew and watching all his matches. He was the champion at Chikara for a long time. I mean, I remember city to city. He was there first match I ever had in Chikara in 2019, and he's always been a guy that's just been extremely supportive. And I just did his last show he had a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't hurt that he's retiring. I mean, I want him to stay, but you know, he got to do the dad thing. And I respect it. I'm a father too, so I understand completely why he did it. But it was a great time being there with him, man. And for him to have, see something in me, man, I appreciated that.
No, definitely. And I saw that show you're talking about. That definitely it's a bittersweet thing to see him again. Great career that he's had to see him step away. I feel like there's always going to be that itch though to maybe a match down the line. Who knows? Maybe once again you guys get to share that ring down the line
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
let's keep it going here because I know a lot of people are waiting for us to finally talk about this as well. Let's get into it as we are literally 2 days away. Unfortunately, if you're watching this right now, tickets are only going to be available at the door as pre-sales have ended. But again, you're going to want to be there. Get there early, get your tickets because this is an event you're not going to want to miss. Let's get into Exodus. But before we get into Exodus, we have to go back to the very first Project Codename Wrestling show, and we have to go to Genesis, where it was originally scheduled. It was supposed to be you versus Dominic De Niro at
Hmm.
that very first show.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, due to medical issues, Dominic De Niro,
Don't say that. Say where he ducked me. Where he ducked me. That's what happened.
I
Tell
have
the
to say
truth.
medical issues because
Okay.
Ed Hector Miguel Sosa showed me medical report. I got to see that. Unfortunately, he could not compete that night. But outside of that, you did get to face a competitor that night. You still had a match. You faced Big Cuzzo, which now we know is the barricade of first class. How was that for you? Again, unfortunately, getting the last minute just like switch for you.
Well, I mean, we see things clearly differently. For me, Dominic personally called me out to wrestle me. To be honest with you, I thought something was wrong with him because people don't typically call me out. Uh, but in the back of my mind, I had somewhat respect for this man because I'm like, wow, he might be a tough guy. This might be fun. So I get there, I prep myself for him. I watch some of his matches, and everybody know Dominic's in incredible shape. Dominic looked good in the ring. Um, I'm ready for him. He gets in the ring, I get in the ring, I'm ready to go. Here comes, the promoter, the booker comes in, tell me that he can't wrestle, and then they bring some 6'6" monster in there for me. To be honest with you, I think it's definitely something behind that. I think Dominic honestly wanted to see me in person and and scout me in person and see what it's really like. And I came this close to taking a 6'6" monster out, as you see. So Dominic got something coming to him. I'm gonna put it to you that way.
Well then, but again, after that night, unfortunately, you were not able to get the victory that night. But now we're going here into this matchup right here. We're
Mm-hmm.
finally getting to see it. We're getting to see the Hoss of all Hosses, Devantes versus Machine Gun Money, brought to you by our good friends over at Turnbuckle Tabloid. This is gonna be again. I've called it a grudge match all over social media because finally you guys get to step into that ring. I know you're going in with anger right now because, like you just said, you feel like you were cheated out of that matchup. You felt like it was Dominic De Niro just ducking you, which again I'll remain to what El Jefe has told us. There was a medical report. All this, I'm just going by what the boss says. And Dominic De Niro is coming off of a win right now. He was victorious at our last show at Fallout, defeating NWA's own Black G's. So you both have something here to prove. You both want to continue. Dominic, I know, is definitely going to want to continue his role right now, and you're coming in not only to finally get what you feel you're deserved, but also some redemption.
Yeah.
Because currently, unfortunately, with how Project goes, you're currently at -1 with the
Yeah.
rankings. So I
Yep.
know you're definitely going to want to get that positive point going into Exodus.
Absolutely. And it's gonna happen too. It's gonna happen too. I mean, I've definitely circled this date because I've been feeling some type of way since the last event. I was on the first show, wasn't on the second show. Um, but I'm back now, man, and Dominic is not safe at all because he was going to get a respectful match out of me. I was going to bring it to him, but it was going to be respectful. It could have possibly ended in a handshake. He's not safe the moment he walks in that building. I put it to you that way.
So I have to ask. So now that's all out the window for you.
Mm. That's
This
all out the
isn't going to
window.
be the respectful matchup. This is
Nope.
going to be a fight.
I'll fight. He's getting a fight. I'm taking it straight to him. You know, you're gonna be there.
Hey,
And
again,
after
I'll
the
be calling
match,
the action. I'll be
okay,
calling that action. I'll definitely be calling it down the middle. I can't wait to see what happens when you two finally step in the ring.
absolutely.
So there you guys go. Again, you guys are gonna want to be there. Like I said, unfortunately, pre-sale tickets have ended, but be there on Saturday. Make sure you're there early, especially that there's gonna be another show as well. Go check out our good friends at Pro Wrestling After Dark and Standalone as they're gonna be presenting I Am Legend earlier in the day. Then stay for us and come and see Exodus, a show that's gonna feature 8 great matches and so much more that we're not even telling you yet. You're going to want to be there in person to find out. And again, just the price of admission alone is this grudge match right here. So you're going to
That's
want to
the
be
one.
there. Again, it is months in the making, like we said, from Genesis to now, Exodus right here. But let's keep it going as well because we've talked a little bit about it. We've talked about you being a part of Catalyst. We talked about you being a part of Project. But is there anywhere currently that you have your eyes on that you want to make your impact at, that you want to take the House of all houses to? We mentioned Titan as well with Monster Max saying it earlier, but is there anywhere else that you're looking at that you're like, I want to make my impact there?
Well, we can stay at Project Codename Wrestling at for this one. The first one, I got to see Dan Ma for the first time.
Ooh, okay.
I wouldn't mind being in the ring with Dan. Let's just say, somebody we both gonna be sore after that one. But Dan Ma, O'Shea Edwards, um, Jacob Fatu.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
These are right here. These are all house fights that I definitely want to see.
that's what I. That's
Especially you
all
and
I want.
Mav, that would definitely be insane to see. Which,
Uh huh.
unfortunately, right now, Dan Mav is currently suspended at Project Codename Wrestling due to certain actions against El Jefe. But maybe in the future, if Dan Mav is back, we could definitely hopefully see that matchup. But
Okay.
also, you bring up O'Shea Edwards. That's the big bad Kaiji versus the Hoss of all Hosses. I definitely would look forward to that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely,
another one
man.
right there. And then Jacob Fatu, that's Samoan Dynasty right there. That'll definitely be something to see.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So from what I can see, you definitely like to have that test. You want to face guys that are base equal size or even bigger, just to put that test in front of you. From what I can see.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I mean, I think look, both our styles having similar styles. I mean, Jacob is definitely you know for his size, for him to be that acrobatic, that is ridiculous. But I just want to be in the ring with guys that I feel as though could just get me better and better. Sharpen the tools.
There you go. Speaking about that, sharpening your tools again, to have again those learning experiences. Let's talk about a picture you even just posted recently. You got to share a locker room and get to learn a little bit under Jay Lethal.
Mm.
So how was that for you getting to learn under Jay again, a man with decades of experience, especially in the tri-state area, a JAP legend in Jay Lethal? How was that for you getting to pick his brain for a little bit?
I mean, it was amazing. I mean, Jay is a guy that Jay is probably my favorite wrestler right now. He's one of them guys, man, that like I got to watch him as a fan, going to ROH back in the day, a couple years ago, and to being on the same card with him, watching it up close and personal. He's a super cool dude, man. Which makes it even better. But he's a guy that you can pick up so much from him, man. And hopefully one day I get to share the ring with him.
That would definitely be something to see. And again, I can imagine that would be a little more of the clash of different styles, but I could love to see how, again, that hybrid style, like we were talking about of yours earlier, would
Hmm.
definitely be able to match up with how Jay is, again, a technician and a mathematician in there. Like he's definitely a guy that loves to work his holds and work that technical style. I'll definitely be a
Absolutely.
sight to see right there.
Yep.
But also another promotion I wanted to bring up, and again, I want to hear your thoughts on. Talk a little bit about Pro Wrestling R. I know you definitely could have that respect as well with Unk with Ron Starr. How has that been for you? Because you've had a little bit of again dominance over there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, people don't know my mother and Ron Starr's mother are best friends. So I
Here we
knew
go. This is
Ron.
the story I wanted because Ron
Yeah,
told us his side of the story when we had him on the podcast. I was like,
yeah,
I got to bring it up on you.
yeah. They best friends. So I knew his mother since I was like me, forever. So for him to, I always knew Ron Russell. Like even when I was in middle school and things like that. So to actually like when I got into the business and to be on cards with him and actually wrestle for him, you know, his dream come true, man.
No, that's awesome. And again, speaking about that, I can imagine you again got your shot around there. You got to dominate with Pro Wrestling R. I would imagine you would have wanted to be the guy to take away the title from Ron, to be that guy to win the championship. Right now, it's currently under Isaiah Wolf. Any thoughts on Isaiah's tactics on how he won the championship at Pro Wrestling R?
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to get the win, man. I'm not mad at it. Whatever way you gotta do to get the win, man. Uh, I don't know if I was willing to face Ron. I got too much love for Ron, man, to go against him. But if I was forced to, I got to go in there and do what I got to do.
Hey, I was gonna say again. I can imagine if it's about that gold, though. I think that might change your
Yeah, I'm gonna
opinion
have to
just a
take it
little
off his
bit.
hands. Listen. I put it to you this way: I put him out of his misery quick.
There you go. Hey, again, that could also, who knows what could happen at Callis Wrestling, because again, Ron currently a part of with Darius Carter with his cabinet right there. If he gets in the way of Zakamiko, that might have to happen there in Callis.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to see
So
Ron in the ring at Catalyst, man. That'd be great. I put it out there right now. Me and Zach versus Darius and Ryan. See what happens.
Hopefully, for if Zach does wrestle again, it's less bloody. 'Cause I don't know if you saw the one time Zach's been in a ring. It was years ago at the Knights of Columbus. We had Zach Amico versus Jeff Cannonball, and that was a bloody massacre.
Oh
So,
man, I freaking love Jeff Cannonball, man. But he went against my boy, so I can't.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you would love him that night because
Mhm.
yeah, Zach had to bleed a little bit.
Ah,
So, but let's keep going here because there was also some other shows that I looked up to make sure we do all the plugs here. You're gonna be a part of another show next Saturday, June 18th. Here, let's talk a little bit about this in Atlantic All Star Wrestling. You're facing off against Sinister X, another guy again, similar body type, that hostile. What are your thoughts going into that matchup right there?
oh man, just pure brutality, man. Pure brutality, man. We're gonna go in there and beat the brakes off each other. Last man standing, see who win. You know, plain and simple.
There you go. That's definitely going to be a match. 'Cause I've seen a little bit of what Sinister does in that ring, and I feel like usually he's facing someone that's not to his like body size either. It's usually a
Yeah,
smaller guy, so I don't think
yeah,
he's going to have that same style of being able to throw someone around. He's facing
yeah.
again the Hoss of all hosses.
He getting a grown ass man is what he getting.
There you
He gonna
go.
get a grown ass man.
Okay, and then from there you also have Outbreak.
Yeah,
Excuse me if I didn't if the match has been announced, but I didn't get to find a match announcement yet. But I saw you will be a part of this show right here. And if I'm Outbreak and I saw there's a certain Mina Muertes on the card, I feel like that match right there just it writes itself if they don't put you and Mina Muertes in the same ring.
well, we'll see. We will see how it goes. We never know what happens. I don't want to let the cat out the bag too quick. We'll see
No,
what happens.
definitely not. Again, I'm just throwing out like
Uh-huh.
how I would do it because again, you got Mina Muertes who, again, even as just Ricky Banderas is a huge dude. Like he's definitely been a hoss, if you will, in the lucha community. So that would definitely be something to see you two guys square off, and also to see how you guys compare with again both having that mix of a hybrid style. Because
Yeah.
Mean Muertes can do a little lucha in there, even though he's the bigger guy, a bigger guy, he can do some lucha styles. So
Mhm.
that'll be interesting if that's where Outbreak would take it.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean,
So
listen. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully that happens. I'll just say that.
all right, there you go. But now let's go back into that question I was asking earlier. We've talked about some competitors you would want to face. Is there any companies you have your eyes on? Anywhere that you're looking that you want to take your talents to?
Um, I would love to go more southern. I wrestled a couple of promotions down south, man, and I love the down south crowd, man. They give me, obviously I wasn't old enough, but I can imagine this was like what the territory days felt like being down there and down south, man. And you know, uh, the fans are a little bit more raunchy, which is kind of what I like. I like that raunchy, dirty, tough type of atmosphere, man, where they can say whatever they want to say to you. You can give it back to them a little bit, and then after the show, they the same people that I asked you for a picture. So I think that's cool. But I would love to wrestle for Action. Um, I would love to go out Midwest and wrestle for Black Label Pro. Those are two that I would. And anything, I would love to just get a LA show, any show out LA,
Ooh,
man.
okay.
You know.
There you go. Again, there's definitely a lot of opportunity there, and especially I could love to see you, especially like in a down south promotion, just because you see their style is definitely a lot more of that fight style, that more rugged style. I definitely feel like you would fit perfectly over there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So hopefully someone's listening from there. I know I got a few people on the friends list that are definitely out there. So if anyone's
Hey,
listening again, hit up Devantes, get the man over there because I definitely think they would love to see another Haas
yeah,
join the
absolutely.
ranks over there.
Hmm.
So and then especially LA, there's so many promotions. I hope my boy Isaac's listening because VXS has been taking over LA too. So
Listen, man, anything works. I will fly out there, man. I just want to go to California, man, to wrestle, man. take that off the bucket list.
There you go. But I got to ask you again. You talked about getting to see wrestling from a younger age as well. Was that Hoss style or the bigger guys what influenced you to get into the business as well? Was that what you were watching and what you were inspired by?
No,
Okay.
no. My whole my whole getting into the wrestling business uh, came out of nowhere.
Okay.
I had no intentions on being a wrestler at all. It literally happened. Shakar slash Wrestle Factory had like a free workshop that me and my brother just did for fun. And I've always loved wrestling, but I never thought about doing it. And I got bit by the bug, and I felt like they moved me along. I caught on quickly, and they moved me along quickly because they thought I was progressing enough. But um, there was no intentions to become a wrestler, man. I know that shocks people when I say that.
I was gonna say like that's. I feel for most that's usually the thing. Like once they see it once, they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to do this." And that's
Yeah.
interesting. So what is it that did end up bringing you in? Like what was it that caught your eye to be like, you know what? Like I want to try this because I can imagine you see the opportunity for it, but what was it that caught your eye that gave you that itch to be like, I want to jump in there too?
Okay. One, I've always been very athletic, um, and it was also more of a, hey man, you need to try something out the box for one time. One time,
Okay.
just try something out of the box, and because everything was conventional, traditional with me. Just work, raise my kid, that's it. And it was like, just try something, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least you tried, but at least, but to not attempt it is felt automatic failure for me. So it was just, let me go in there and let me try it. And once I started hitting them ropes, and then I seen the conditioning, and I seen the ins and outs of what wrestling is, it just was fascinating to me, man. I mean, I'm used to watching stuff as a fan. I can't watch a match the same now as I used
Yeah.
to as just a fan. I notice everything.
Yeah.
So but that's what it was.
Yeah. I feel like that's what like it's one of those things that they don't tell you when you get in is like you're never gonna watch wrestling ever the
At all.
same.
At all, dude. It's the truth. It's the
Like
truth.
that's something I always talk about, especially with other guys that I know from the business. It's always like, yeah, I can't watch wrestling the same, and that's why I
Yep.
love doing commentary now because I love being able to break it down and tell that story now in wrestling. And
Hmm.
that's the biggest thing because when you're watching, you're always like you're breaking it down so much that you're like, okay, this is the story they're telling.
Hmm.
Like, yeah. But again, for anyone watching, still enjoy professional wrestling, enjoy what we're doing, but just know, hey, this is the mindset we get into now.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
but definitely. But now I gotta get into as well. With that being said, what made you? So you said it was an open seminar they had, right? At
Right.
Wrestle. So what was it that finally made you say, "Let me now stay in and join"? Because it's one thing to get to step in and be like, okay, now we're just testing it out to try
Yeah.
it. What was it that got you to be like, I like what I'm doing here?
The workout was one. Uh, you started seeing people who are big in the indies come to your school to train. You seen people that were in AEW train some of your classes. Um, seen people from WWE train some of your classes. Um, I put it out there. Orange Cassidy was one of my trainers.
Yeah,
So um, you see that, you see all of those things, man. And I just, like I said, you get bit by the bug, and I wanted to travel, man. I wanted to be in different states. I wanted to see places I never get out of Philly. Go down south, go to the Midwest, like I've been, go up north. I wanted to do all of those things, man, and um, I invested so much money into that too. Wrestling school is not
yeah,
cheap. So
got
I
you.
figured I invested so much into this. I mean, fully commit. You know.
There you go. And again, I feel like, at least from my point of view, it's definitely paid off for you. Again, seeing what you've gotten, the opportunities you've gotten, especially again, we could talk again that that right there is definitely it's a defining moment to get to be a part of that tournament. Again,
Mm-hmm.
seeing where you've gotten, again, the growth and the evolution for you. And again, this is what we see this Saturday.
Yeah, man.
Almost that payoff of finally now getting to be a part of it, be a part of the
Yeah, man.
business and continuing. And here we go. We got one of my boys here, Adam Kane, saying my guy right there for about you. So there you go.
Yeah, Adam Kane. That's my man. That's a dude from Queens, right? New
Yep.
Yorker. That's my man. I got to tussle with him once.
How was
Yeah,
that for
good
you? Because
dude.
I know Adam's no small guy either. So how was
Yeah,
that for
big
you
guy.
guys in the
It was great. It was great. I got the dub. If you want to know that, I won that. Adam, know I won that.
I feel like he probably didn't want me to know that either.
Cool. That's still my man, though. That's still my man.
There you go. Saying yes, sir, right there. But Devantes, thank you again for coming on. This has definitely been great. But before I let you go, there's one final question I usually ask everyone that comes on. And for you, for Devantes, what is that end goal?
The end goal is my end goal is to trust the process and keep enjoying the journey, man. I don't like to look at where other people are at, man, or so focused on, hey, I need to be signed that I completely forget about or just stopped enjoying the journey, enjoying the road trips and stuff, enjoying every opportunity that I get, man. So to me, it's just continue to enjoy, trust the process, enjoy the journey. That's it.
There you go. Perfect answer right there. And again, I'm glad you came on. I've definitely seen that journey for you has been great. Glad to be able to see you at the shows. And again, I can't wait to see, which all of you should definitely be looking forward to as well. This Saturday, Project Codename Exodus. It will be finally happening. It's going to be the grudge match here. It will be Devantes versus Machine Gun Money, Dominic De Niro. Any last words for Dom if he's listening? Because
It
I
corrected.
kind of feel like
It's gonna be Devantes whooping Dominic's ass. That's what it's gonna be. Okay.
well,
I don't
then,
know. I don't know the language parameters there. Is that Dominic right there? Is that bum right there?
Bum? You call me a bum?
You know you gonna catch it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You know
catch
you.
it too.
Yeah,
Listen,
you know you
listen.
gonna
I
catch it.
had to hear. I had to hear everything you had to say, man, because I knew it, bro. You're just a big teddy bear. You sound like a big bitch, bro. You're gonna rough me up, bro. You think you're gonna
Let me say
disrespect me
something.
on Saturday? Yo, when I'm done
Who,
with you, yo, you ain't gonna be nothing more than a fucking ham sandwich, a horse of all
who, who,
horses.
who,
Oh,
who,
you fucking
who?
bitch.
First of all,
You wanna talk
I
shit?
don't even eat pork, so ham is a no.
Yeah.
Number two,
No.
who was
It's
the
a no.
who was the one that faked the injury? Was that me or you?
Fake the injury? Bro,
Yeah, you faked the
listen, when I'm
injury.
done with you, White Henny's going to hear from me. Right now, he's worried about getting eaten by Dan Moff. Right? That's another
Okay.
story.
Just know the moment you walk in that building, you ain't safe. Just know that.
Bro, I'll be there all day. Please come early. Please come early.
Okay.
We don't have to wait till bell time.
Listen, we don't have to. You thought you was hurt last time. Wait till the end of this match.
One thing you need to know about me, cuz 2022, I've been hunting killers.
Okay.
This is a fucking trap.
We're gonna see. Sweetheart, man. You're sweetheart, man. Good guy.
When I need to be.
again, guys, this is gonna happen Saturday. Leave it for that ring. It's finally going down. You two will square off. Hopefully, you guys can save it for bell time. Let the people get to be there in person. Union County this Saturday, Boys and Girls Club, Exodus. Go see this grudge match finally happen. Hoss of
He
all
look
Hosses,
concerned. Do I
Dominic
look
De
worried?
Niro.
I don't look worried at all, do I? He
Hey,
look
again,
fit.
I'm neutral. I'll
I'm
just be there
fucking pissed
calling the
right now,
match.
cuz I did not want to have to get on here.
You brought this on
You're talking
You
way
brought
too
this
much
on
shit,
yourself,
man.
man.
You've been talking way too much shit, bro. I'm about to
Yeah.
shut you up.
Okay. We're gonna see.
Strangulation, bro.
We're gonna see.
You'll see.
That was a nice little trick you did with Cuzzo last time, but you know, you get me this time.
Yeah. Listen, yeah. Like I said, first
Get this clown
class.
off. Get this clown off the screen, man. Come on, Raymond. This is my interview of his.
There you go, Dom. We'll see you Saturday, brother.
Oh, you'll see me Saturday.
We'll see you Saturday. There you go, Devantes. Thank you again for coming on. Guys, go follow Devantes as well. Go follow him on his Instagram right there, Devantes.pro. Go follow him on Twitter there at DevantesPW. Devantes, thank you so much for joining us. Again, I can't wait to see you this Saturday and can't wait to see you also at Callus and so much more. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people. And as always, respect the craft. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.